The Sustainable Livelihoods Foundation has initiated a project to explore the space and place of shebeens, drinking and drunkenness in Sweet Home Farm, a township in Cape Town with a population of 13,000. The project aims to contribute towards a better understanding of liquor trading and how it affects the livelihoods of Sweet Home Farm residents. It will investigate the main challenges faced by those in the liquor business and the social aspects of drinking in the context of an informal settlement. The research aims to promote responsible business practice, enhancing livelihoods opportunities, and minimizing the harms from illegal trading and drunkenness. The project has three components. First, an extensive survey was undertaken of all enterprises selling liquor. Thereafter, an examination of the spatial environment and layouts of 5 typologically different shebeens was undertaken by specialist architects. Finally, a process of participatory engagement was undertaken with shebeen owners and ordinary residents of Sweet Home Farm, through which a series of digital stories was created. These digital stories are one of the main outcomes of engagement with shebeen owners. Through the short film, we explain the processes and methods used to achieve the final digital stories as part of the third phase of the project. The process commenced with 45 shebeen owners being invited to participate in a series of workshops regarding their livelihoods. These participatory research workshops took place in May in the Addis Abba Spaza Shebeen in Sweet Home Farm, with the main objective of preparing the group for the digital storytelling process. We expected about 18 shebeen owners to attend the first workshop, as attendance was voluntary, and were hoping to encourage 4 digital stories to be told. However, we were pleasantly surprised to welcome 25 shebeen owners, of which 15 were females.
The first participatory action research method introduced in the workshops was the River of Life, focusing on the issue of livelihoods. The River of Life is a visual narrative method that helps people tell stories of the past, present, and future. It focuses on drawing rather than text. 2 questions were asked. How did you start your shebeen, and why did you choose to go into the liquor trading business? The biggest insecurity that surfaced was the issue of policing. At this point, the Johari's window became the best option to open up further discussion. This tried and tested participatory method utilizes 4 windows to document the views of 2 separate groups that are both stakeholders in the project. In our case, we documented the views of the shebeen owners regarding their experiences with the police. As we did not have the police present, we asked the shebeen owners to also tell us about their perceptions of the attitudes of the police towards them. The shebeen owners shared their views with others, as well as discussed similarities and differences in their perceptions of the police. This workshop concluded with the Naughty Problem, an exercise that challenged the group to solve their own problems and work as a team by knotting them together. This exercise shows that when a community becomes entangled in a problem, it is not possible for an outsider to come in and untangle the knot, but that the best people to do this are the community members themselves, as only they understand how their problem developed in the first place. In the end, we had 9 committed digital storytelling volunteers, 7 isiXhosa speaking, and 2 Afrikaans, of which 4 were men. Our research team consisted of multilingual individuals so as to accommodate the participants during this process. The role of the research team was to facilitate as well as provide technical support. During the second workshop, the group viewed examples of digital stories to demonstrate what a digital story is and to illustrate the various ways of telling a story, as well as to inspire the participants to stay committed to the project. An image association exercise followed to show how people that are exposed to the same image can interpret it very differently. The participants then went through a process of identifying and writing their individual stories. after which the SLF researchers began to work with them individually in an attempt to refine and deepen the stories. By the end of the day, we had recorded the narrative for 6 of the 9 stories.
The third workshop involved collecting images and sound effects for the narrative through the technique of storyboarding. The participants went through the stories and identified defining moments that needed to be complemented by either sound effects, images, or both, in order to strengthen the narrative. Photographs were brought from home, some were made in the workshop, and others were sourced from the internet. The research team also contributed some images from previous research conducted in Sweet Home Farm. The narrative recordings were copied into Audacity, a software program that was used to edit the sound. The images and soundtrack were transferred into Windows Live Movie Maker. More editing was done on Movie Maker to ensure that the images and sound effects were synchronized. English subtitles were added for the benefit of those who do not understand isiXhosa or Afrikaans.
On the final day, the editing of the movies was completed and the program ended with a public viewing of the digital stories. There was an air of pride and a sense of accomplishment amongst the participants after their work was viewed. They also felt that their concerns had been heard, and that gave them satisfaction. The project aims to integrate the 3 prongs of its research at an exhibition for the residents of Sweet Home Farm, as well as a range of other stakeholders from government, industry, academic institutions, NGOs, and the media.